What then inspired you to go on this journey to write an adaptation from a Stephen King short story?
Two things actually. One, I've always been a Stephen King fan, and I was introduced to Stephen King from my aunt Betty when I was young. I watched Maximum Overdrive, Firestarter, Cat's Eye, and she gave me my first book, Dark Half. And I always thought about doing A Dollar Baby. I just never really had the courage to do so. And so I went up to Bangor, Maine with my cousin Olivia and took James Tinker's SK tours. And I was seeing the haunts. I thought, you know what, I think I might do this. And I mentioned it to him, and he said, go for it. And then when I got home, I filled out the paperwork online and got the contract, got the dollar, and started writing.
Awesome. And now you have started it. At the time being, it's an LLC. You hope for it to be a nonprofit. How does this film fit in the bigger picture of this nonprofit and what you would like to do with it?
Well, that also kind of goes to my Aunt Betty, who, while a Stephen King fan, she's also a mental health advocate. I think you can say without hyperbole that she was a pioneer. Kind of like Betty Friedan was to women's rights, Harvey Milk for LGBT, my aunt was for mental health consumer rights. And I have taken on the mantle, she has since passed, as a mental health advocate. And she came up with the term consumer, which is we are consumers of mental health goods, so you have to show us some respect and listen to us. And I came up with the term mental health warrior because anyone who suffers from mental illness knows it's war. It's like mental warfare. And I believe the best way to fight is through creativity. And particularly when you're young, learning techniques to find your voice, to self-advocate. And I believe the performing arts can do that. And so with Mental Health Warrior PAC, LLC, Performing Arts Clubs, I want to start up clubs for teens who have been touched by mental illness, who are also creative, so they can hone their craft, be taught by performers who've actually lived and can give them hope. And then they'll work for a big showcase at the end of the 10-week period. Dreams of Dreams is I would love this to grow and actually be a nonprofit that would help nurture up-and-coming artists, musicians, playwrights, screenwriters, etc., who want to use their talents to fight mental health stigma and to bring awareness to mental health.